What's up, people? Welcome back to the Shizno. If you haven't noticed, I haven't gone back to the office because we're in the works. We're in the works of a new world. We're putting all our money up. We're going to make a new office, a new website, webinars, all sorts of things to finally, for the people that want to start taking this shit a little bit more serious, we're going to have something for you. For people who just want to come and wallow in the misery with me, we're going to be live all day. You want to sit there and watch me crying at my desk for an hour straight without actually moving? That's what's going to be there for you at any given day, especially in this market. It's like they shut the market off now. We have, this day was done a while ago for me. As soon as I saw the NASDAQ futures gap down, whatever, 37, 38, because I thought maybe they would try to screw some people by gapping the market up and then just fade and then just collapsing after that. But no, they just opened it up down. We went down a little bit more. We bounced a little bit higher. And now we're doing nothing. The market's done now by like 10:15. You've got about 45 minutes to take a guess of what's going to happen and then move on. Your day is pretty much over. But got some people in the chat room thinking I was going to be all wigged out today. It's the same shit every single day. What more can I do? How angry can I get? But what I'm trying to do is, like I said, I'm preparing for what I'm going to be doing in the next 10 or 15 years. I think capitalism is over. I think, I got to tell you something. If I wasn't married with kids right now, I'd be chilling right now somewhere in Jamaica, flipping burgers and telling jokes at some dive bar, just trying to make a living and get by, talking about the good old days in 1999. Somebody said, did I ever trade high? Yeah, 1999, every day. Basically, I'd walk in, we would trade from 9 o'clock in the morning till about 11:30, 12. Everybody would be up money. We'd go out, we'd smoke weed, and decide if we wanted to go back to work for the rest of the afternoon. Funny times is when I used to go back, I swear to God, when I would watch the tick charts, I would hear tick, 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 tick. And when the market started going higher, I would hear applause in my head. And when the market started to sell off, I would hear air coming out. That's why for the next series of like 8 or 9 months, all I heard every morning was air coming out of the market. In 2000, that was what it was. It was an inflated bullshit market, just like we had this time, just like the housing market. And, I've been around long enough to see a lot of stuff happen. I've been trading since, I think, 95, 96. I've been involved in the stock market since I was 13. I was one of these kids that was really interested in trying to make money with my bar mitzvah money. I bought a brick of gold when I was 13 years old, when gold was $3.27 an ounce. I bought 2 ounces of gold. It turns out that's looking like one of the best investments I'm ever going to make. It sat around for a while, yeah, but look at it now. I'd rather be in gold than sitting with worthless pieces of paper. What we got to do is we got to prepare for what we're going to be doing over the next 10 or 15 years now. Because there's so many things, there's so many ideas I want to touch upon. Because capitalism right now, apparently, they're not even letting it do what it's supposed to do. Let the banks fail. The market's going down right now because no matter what plan you throw at it, the bottom line is we're borrowing money to save banks that are ruining themselves by borrowing too much money and not knowing what to do. There has to be more suffering. We just can't sign some documents and form a plan that's going to save us. It's not going to work. And you know what? The market right now is showing us that it's not going to work. You keep borrowing more money. Now what happens when everybody wants to pull out at the same time? They're worthless pieces of paper. That's what they are. Stocks! Stocks! That's what they are. They're worthless pieces of paper with hope and faith built in. And we all know what hope and faith is going to bring us. You know it's bad when I'm trading Crocs this morning. I saw they had some stocks started moving up because I have a scanner that watches stocks that are going from red to green. I noticed it. So I bought 5,000 shares at 124 and 125. I'm up 4 cents. Yeah, that's what we're talking about now, baby. That's what we're talking about. Seriously, if you can make any money in this market, you're the man. You're the man. Never thought oil would be this low, right? Now, I got a lot of emails the other day about DXO. I don't know anything about DXO. But they said, Crawl, it seems like a no-brainer that when oil rebounds, this DXO is going to be an easy way of doubling, maybe tripling your money. So I started looking into it. He says it trades with the oil. So I immediately typed him back, okay, how come oil's up $3 right now and the DXO is down? I've got no response. And I looked into it. It's because they trade all kinds of futures contracts. They trade something with they're trading treasuries in there and all these ETFs and ETNs where you think that if crude goes up, you're going to make money in these things. Do a little bit more research before you get into these things. Because not only do they not move with oil, was what was proven on Friday, that there's a chance that these things might get liquidated. They're going to go to zero. Oil's going to $18 a barrel. There's nobody, apparently, we don't need anything anymore, right? We're going horses, we're going sharpen your swords on a foot-driven thing, whatever the hell that thing is called. Swords, my friend, because you're not going to be able to find ammunition eventually. You know, and I'm going to have a special on my show. I want to show you the weaponry that I have right now. I only have one sword, and it's this cheesy ninja sword. I'm looking for a battle axe right now. Something that's going to, take some effort to get off my back, and I want to be able to hurl it as I'm riding my steed across the plains. One sword here, battle axe strapped on, a couple of daggers, because eventually ammo's going to run out. We're not going to have gunpowder. We're not going to have oil. That's it. And just goddamn, make sure you have a can opener that doesn't take electricity, because we're not going to have electricity. What are you thinking about? That's where we're headed. I got my war paint. But right now I do have some weaponry. And if you're thinking about getting a gun right now because you're afraid that you're going to have to defend your front, you're going to have to defend your home, make sure you get a shotgun, all right? Because if you're new to the idea of owning a weapon, you don't want to get yourself a .22 pistol. Oh, it's a small gun, I'll be able to do that. You know what that's going to do you? Nothing. You know what's going to happen? Someone's going to break into your house, you're going to shoot a bullet at them, miss them, and it'll go through the wall and hit your wife in the head. That's what's going to happen. Well, with a shotgun, my friend, there's a good chance that you get something, you're going to nick the guy at least, send him down, and then you get over him and end it like that. Don't get yourself a .22. Get something that sprays bullets. But we'll get into it. You got single barrel, double barrel. You can saw it down. It's a whole different ball game. That's where you want to head. Some there, you just, if you miss, you still can get some. You get some action. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll talk about booby traps at another date. You want to always have some sort of booby trap coming through your house. Because it's so easy. If you look around your house, think about how easy it is to break into your own house. Think about it. And there's professionals out there, so you got to have some sort of booby traps. Booby traps. And make sure you warn your friends and family not to come into your house unannounced because of the booby traps. Where the hell did I just go with this entire program? I don't know. We were talking about smoking weed and getting high and trading. You know what? You might as well right now. You might as well get drunk. You might as well get high because the whole shit house is going up. And if you know what? Let the goddamn banks fail. You know what? You and I could start a bank. You know, in the wild, wild west, a few guys got together and they said, you know what? These guys need to borrow some money. Hey, how about we pool our money together and we'll lend it to them and they'll pay us back with some interest at a later date. And then those two people got together and then those two people got together. So you know what? Let's let it all collapse. Let's go into that depression. We can handle it. We did it already once. Let's just let it all happen so we can get it over with. So it takes 3, 5, 10 years and we sit there and wallow. Instead of trying to put Band-Aids on all this bullshit, and you're not going to fix it with stimulus packages. Enough saving the banks. Save the people. Save the people. Save me. I need at least, give me $250,000. That's all I need. Just $250,000. I'll fill out the paperwork that I need. I'll qualify. I'll show you what I need. And I'll even think about paying you back in 10 or so years. Save the people in their houses first, so they could stay in their houses. The people that shouldn't be in their houses, I'm sorry, go back to starting to rent your apartments again, whatever you have to do. And then find all the mortgage brokers and find the mortgage brokers first of all. These were the corrupt stockbrokers that I used to work with all became mortgage brokers. So I should have known that the industry was doomed. Then we got to go to Moody's, Standard & Poor's, and Fitch and try to really find out how they got these things to be AAA rated to sell them all over the country. Yeah, I know I'm quoting that show, House of Cards, but how'd they do that? How? How?